Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. Welcome to the Saturday edition of the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram. Well, on this Cricket Happening Show, as I said yesterday, there are two matches that were played because being a weekend in India and in the Indian Premier League 2015 we saw two matches that were happening. The first match was between Chennai Super Kings and Chennai Super Kings were taking the Sunrisers for the first time. Sunrisers were playing their first game, and Chennai Super Kings, I have to tell that it was a match which was won in a very comfortable fashion by Chennai Super Kings, as Chennai Super Kings with Brendon Mcullum becoming the first person in this Indian Premier League 8th edition in 2015 to score a century, as he scored exactly 100 runs of 56 balls with 7 fours and 9 sixes opening the innings. And Chennai Super Kings went on to 209 for 4 of their 20 overs, and it was Sunrisers Hyderabad who were always struggling, barring the captain David Warner, who contributed 53. Other than that, there was not much to talk about, and 164 for 6 was what Sunrisers Hyderabad finished with. And as I said, Chennai Super Kings won the match in a very comfortable fashion. So I'll be doing a match summary on this particular match, and then as far as the fifth match went, which was once again Royal Challengers were playing their first game in this Indian Premier League 2015, and what a start for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Yes, the match was pretty close, and it really took Chris Gayle, who was there right from the start to the end. He was there up till the 19th over, so, and that was the reason, because of Gayle scoring 96 of 56 balls with 7 fours and equal number of sixes. In fact, Royal Challengers Bangalore challenged the total of 177 put up by the Kolkata Knight Riders, and Royal Challengers in their very first match, beginning their campaign in the Indian Premier League 2015 in style with a win by 3 wickets over the Kolkata Knight Riders. So so as I said, two matches. So I wouldn't be going by in the sense I couldn't be catching up on everything. It's basically I'll be doing a match summary of both the matches. So as far as the match summary goes, I'm starting off from the fourth match of the Indian Premier League 2015, which was played today at a packed M.A. Chidambaram Stadium, Chepauk in Chennai. And the reason being, it was, as you know, Saturday and Sunday is off in India. It was a public holiday. It was a weekend, and well, the crowds really flocked there, and they definitely got everything that they wanted. Now, as far as Chennai Super Kings were concerned, they were the ones who actually batted first. They won the toss, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni decided to bat first. What a start there. In fact, it was an electric start, one could say, because both Dane Smith was hitting the boundaries. Brendon Mcullum was also doing the same, and it was pretty good going for the Chennai Super Kings. They started off in blistering fashion, especially Brendon Mcullum, and Dane Smith was the one who set the tone in the very first over, when he actually went after Bhuvaneshwar Kumar by spanking him for boundaries. And Dane Smith and Mcullum had taken the partnership to 75 for the first wicket, with Trent Boult bowling to Brendon Mcullum. We saw Brendon Mcullum how he adjusted. He was actually trying to play the ram shot, and Boult actually bowled in a bouncer, seeing that Brendon Mcullum was trying to move there, but still Brendon Mcullum managed to hit the ball for a 6. And Dane Smith and Brendon Mcullum had taken 75 runs of the Sunrisers Hyderabad bowlers, and when spinners were coming, the spinners were really clattered over the fence. In fact, Brendon Mcullum was the one who was clattering the spinners Karan Sharma over the fence, and also Ishan Sharma, who played today, I would say he was looking good in patches, but he was bowling a lot of no balls, and those no balls were resulting in free hits, and those free hits were disappearing for sixes from Brendon Mcullum's bat. So Dane Smith and Brendon Mcullum, so they put 75 runs for the first wicket. So that was some very good, I would say, electrifying stuff. And then Suresh Raina was cheaply run out for 14 of 12 balls. But look at what Mahendra Singh Dhoni did. The other day, there was a lot of talk going on that Mahendra Singh Dhoni has lost the punch, lost the fire in him. But today, after seeing this innings from Mahendra Singh Dhoni, probably Mahendra Singh Dhoni heard it, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni, let me tell you, he absolutely mauled the Sunrisers Hyderabad bowling, and I would say Sunrisers Hyderabad bowlers had to suffer. And looking at the combination at the crease at that time, it was absolutely dangerous. It was a real dangerous combination. At one end, Brendon Mcullum was smoking boundaries and sixes at will, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni was absolutely mauling the Sunrisers Hyderabad bowling. Look at that knock of Dhoni. Dhoni was hitting sixes in some splendid fashion. He went after the spinners. Well, it didn't really make a difference to him. He went after everybody, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni was hitting them with raw power. And look at that partnership. When he entered the scene, the Chennai Super Kings, they had lost Raina, and the score was 135 for 2. It was 13.3 overs, and after that it was total mayhem. If you look at it, it is something. Some 63 runs were added, and we are looking at probably I would say around 36 balls, and such was the power. I mean, they were scoring at 2 runs a ball. Brendon Mcullum and Dhoni, and as I said, this was a powerful combination at the crease, and this powerful combination really showed what power is, as Brendon Mcullum, Dhoni went on hitting the bowlers. And Dhoni, after spanking 53 of just 29 balls with 4 fours and 4 sixes, departed, and then Jadeja was run out for naught, and Brendon Mcullum, of the very final delivery, reached his century as he finished on an unbeaten 100 of 56 deliveries with 7 fours and 9 sixes. Bravo was not out on naught. And look at the score that Chennai Super Kings posted. They posted an enormous 209 for 4 of their 20 overs. The bowling of Sunrisers Hyderabad wilted under the pressure of Brendon Mcullum and Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Kumar 4 overs, none for 31. Trent bowled 4 overs, 1 for 34. Ishan Sharma, as I said, he bowled well in patches. His figures don't reflect that. 3 overs, none for 46, was taken to the cleaners. Karan Sharma was also clattered. 4 overs, none for 51. Bopara bowled 4 overs for 29. Parvez Rasool bowled 1 over, which went for 11 runs. Now, Sunrisers Hyderabad, starting the chase, didn't have it at all. I mean, they would have definitely had a target in sight of 210. But I thought the start was, I would say, the start was good. I mean, we definitely saw David Warner, the captain, and Shikhar Dhawan going after the bowling, with Shikhar Dhawan in particular really reeling off boundaries in a very, very quick way, as he started hitting the opening bowlers, Ashish Nehra and Mohit Sharma in particular, for boundaries. And the other end, David Warner was also doing his job, and David Warner was trying to hit sixes at the time. And well, they definitely needed some injection of big runs before they settled down, and that's what they precisely were doing, trying to take advantage of the initial power play overs. But then Shikhar Dhawan perished, as Mohit Sharma actually, I would say, really fooled Dhawan with something, a ball which has not been seen. We have seen back of the we call it back of the hand stuff, but here. In fact, Mohit Sharma surprised with some new delivery that he invented probably, and he picked up the wicket of Shikhar Dhawan for 26 of 18 balls with 5 fours. And after that, Rahul's stump was uprooted by Sharma, and they were 46 for 2. Naman Oja could contribute only 15, and the problem now for Sunrisers Hyderabad was that nobody was willing to actually wait with their captain David Warner, and wickets started falling. And besides that, there was a spell from Ravichandran Ashwin. It was I would say it was a real asphyxiating spell that Ravichandran Ashwin bowled. It really throttled the Sunrisers Hyderabad, the batsmen, and they were making mistakes, as Oja went for 15 of 11 balls with 1 6. Bopara tried something, but to no avail. He was out for 22. But the problem, as I said, was that David Warner, who was still there at the crease, was fighting a lone battle, and he definitely needed some company, and that was not forthcoming, and that was what was really lacking. And then David Warner himself perished for 53 for 42 deliveries, 1 4 and 3 sixes. Bopara tried his best, but it was too late. And look at this. Now, Kane Williamson As you know, Kane Williamson, we all know that he's a defensive batsman, but I always had the feeling that this ploy of sending Kane Williamson very low down the order was not a good ploy, because Kane Williamson, I would have probably said that Kane Williamson should have been sent one drop, because he's in some good form. And look at what he was not out on 26 of 18 balls, with 18 balls, 1 4 and 1 6. And I was a bit surprised that Kane Williamson was sent as the number 6 batsman. I would have preferred him to come ahead of Rahul and Oja, and I'm sure Sunrisers Hyderabad would learn their lessons in this particular game, and I'm sure in the subsequent matches they have to. I have a feeling that Kane Williamson, if at all you have to use Kane Williamson, Kane Williamson, as you know, he's a busy player. He might not be able to hit some big ones, but let me tell you, once he settles down, he's also capable of hitting orthodox as well as unorthodox strokes. When I've seen that, and as I said, I thought that was a bad move, because if Kane Williamson had come one drop, then I'm sure Sunrisers Hyderabad could have pushed Chennai Super Kings all the way down to the end, but unfortunately that was not the case. So that is one pertinent observation that I would like to put. Look at Kane Williamson. He was not out on 26 of 18 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. I'm sure Sunrisers Hyderabad are definitely going to change this tactic. They would definitely have Kane Williamson as one drop. That's what I feel, and this is my opinion. And then it was then it was all over with Sunrisers Hyderabad finishing on 164 for 6 of 20 overs. The bowling, Ashish Narayan for 31, Mohit Sharma 2 for 36, seemed to have developed something new in his repertoire of bowling, I would say. Ishwar Pandey 3 overs 1 for 26. Ashwin, what a spell that was. He was not giving anything away to the bowlers. He was also keeping David Warner quite at the other end. And he bowled 4 overs 1 for 22. Dwayne Bravo 4 overs 2 for 25. Jadeja 1 over for 17. The man of the match went to Brendon Mcullum of Chennai Super Kings, who became the first centurion of this 8th edition of the Indian Premier League 2015. Now let's have a look at the 5th match, which happened between Kolkata Knight Riders and Royal Challengers Bangalore. Now that was a wonderful match which happened, and Kolkata Knight Riders were the ones who batted first after the RCB captain Virat Kohli won the toss and inserted the Royal Challengers Bangalore into bat in this day-night encounter. In this encounter, a night encounter, I would say. So Kolkata Knight Riders batted, and well, they had a very good start. In fact, Robin Uthappa and Gautam Gambhir was looking pretty good with his strokes, and in fact Sean Abbott and Harshal Patel were really taken for runs. It was a very good partnership. In fact, Robin Uthappa and the captain Gautam Gambhir were going at a clip of 8 runs, almost 8 runs per over, with Robin Uthappa hitting some very good boundaries. Gautam Gambhir looking very consistent. I mean, he also scored well in the previous match. Once again, we saw that he was pretty consistent, and the score had reached 81, and that was the time Robin Uthappa departed for 35 of 28 balls with 4 fours, and Gautam Gambhir at the crease. But Gautam Gambhir, well, when the score reached 103, he was a victim of the bowling of Yuzvendra Chahal for 58 of 46 balls with 7 fours and 1 6. And then Manish Pandey was run out for 23 of 15 balls, impressive 23 from him of 15 balls with 4 fours. Surya Kumar Yadav once again coming a 2 drop here, couldn't do much. He was out for 11 of 9 balls with 2 4. He was a victim of Harshal Patel, and then Yusuf Pathan was also sent packing to the pavilion by Varun Arun for 3, and then it was only left to Andre Russell to really provide some big hitting towards the end, which enabled the Kolkata Knight Riders to reach, I would say, really a very good score of 177 for 6 on this pitch. Andre Russell finished with an unbeaten 41 of 17 deliveries, 6 fours and 2 sixes. Shakib Al Hasan was run out for naught, and 177 for 6 on the board for Kolkata Knight Riders, and one thought that was a good score on this particular pitch. Well, Sean Abbott, 3 overs cost him 36 runs. Harshal Patel, 4 overs, 1 for 37. Varun Arun, 4 overs, 1 for 38, but picked up the most important wicket of the big hitter Yusuf Pathan. Ahmed Dachim, 4 overs, no maiden, 1 for 28. Sami bowled 1 over for 7. Yuzvendra Chahal, 4 overs, 1 for 28. Now, Royal Challengers Bangalore were faced with a target of 178 runs to win in their 20 overs. And look at what happened. In fact, if you look at the card, it was, I would say, the Kolkata Knight Riders bowlers were doing a wonderful job here, because they were not only plucking up wickets, but now look at what Gayle and Virat Kohli opened the innings, and Kohli was sent to the pavilion very early when the score reached 29, when he was caught by Uthappa with the bowling of Mcullum for 13 or 15 deliveries with 1-6. That made it 29 for 1 in the 5th over. And then Dinesh Karthik was Yusuf Pathan picked up 2 wickets pretty quickly by dismissing Karthik, clean bowled for 6, and Mandeep Singh was also clean bowled by Pathan for 6. It was Yusuf Pathan, the red arm off spinner, who was into service. He picked up both the wickets. That made it 56 for 3. And De Villiers walked in, and De Villiers, well, he got into a good partnership there and really, I would say, they increased the tempo when De Villiers and Gayle were at the crease, but De Villiers was himself dismissed for 28. But the good thing for Royal Challengers Bangalore here was that Chris Gayle was there at the crease, and that was the big plus for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. As we all know, till such time this man was at the pitch, Chris Gayle, you know that Royal Challengers Bangalore could win the match, and that's what precisely happened. Even though Chris Gayle was losing partners pretty quickly, as I said, nobody was able to, other than A.B. de Villiers, who made 28 of 13 balls, 3 fours and 2 sixes, and A.B. de Villiers was out to the mystery bowler K.C. Cariappa, today making his debut, and he's a mystery spinner, and he was out. In fact, he took the wicket of A.B. de Villiers, 28 of 13 deliveries, 3 fours and 2 sixes. One probably would have thought, once A.B. de Villiers departed, Darren Sammy was still there, but Darren Sammy was also a victim of the bowling of Shakib Hassan for 7. Abbott was out for 1, and then the pressure really started piling on. But after that, Chris Gayle really, I would say, cottoned on to this Kolkata Knight Riders bowlers, and you were seeing a lot of sixes being hit by Chris Gayle. And Chris Gayle, as you know, what he can do. He started, Yusuf Pathan was hit for two sixes. He went after everybody, even Sunil Narine. Probably I would say Chris Gayle couldn't really pick up Sunil Narine's bowling, but the time he was actually connecting it well, the ball used to sail for a 6. And it was pretty good bowling by the Kolkata Knight Riders. But as I said, that man on the screen, Chris Gayle, as long as he was there, Royal Challengers Bangalore could breathe, because they knew the match was in their hand. That's what precisely happened. And as you know, they had to get 178 to win in 20 overs. And look at what happened. If Chris Gayle plays, this is what it happens. In fact, Royal Challengers Bangalore finished the match off in the 19th over with Chris Gayle run out, I would say, just before 6 runs were required, and it was Harshal Patel with 9 of 4 balls. He hit 1-6. Ahmed was not out on 5, but nothing to worry, as Chris Gayle was run out for 96 of 56 deliveries, 7 fours and an equal number of sixes. And what a knock. As I said, Gayle, definitely a big difference there, and this was the first match for the Royal Challengers Bangalore, and they would be very happy with this effort, because they challenged the total, even though the Kolkata Knight Riders bowlers were bowling well. And let me tell you, in fact, there was only one man who played, because if you look at the card, other than Chris Gayle, it was only A.B. de Villiers making 28. So Chris Gayle, really, no doubt about it. I mean, one would get no prizes for guessing that Chris Gayle was man of the match for a winning, for a very winning knock here. He was run out for 96 of 56 deliveries, 7 fours and 7 sixes. The Royal Challengers Bangalore winning the match by 3 wickets. Now let's have a look at the bowling. Morne Morkel 4 overs 1 for 35. When Morne Morkel also disappeared for a 6 from the bat of Chris Gayle. Narine 4 overs 1 for 20, he bowled superbly. Cariappa, even though he bowled 2 overs for 28 runs, but a very big wicket that he picked up was of A.B. de Villiers, and he would be pretty glad that he would savor this wicket, because this was his first, because he was making his debut in 2020s in the IPL, and Cariappa would be very glad that his first wicket, he would always remember that he had A.B. de Villiers' wicket as his maiden wicket here. Russell 2 overs 1 for 16, Yusuf Pathan 240, Chawla bowled 1 over for 10, and Shakib Hassan 2 overs no maiden, none for 17. So Chris Gayle was gone. So Chris Gayle was named man of the match. Now, dear fans, friends and subscribers, now looking at the schedule as to which is the match which is coming up, I'm just going back to tell you what is coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow there are two matches coming up. One is between Delhi Daredevils, who are taking on the Rajasthan Royals. That should be one very good game, because Delhi Daredevils have proved that they are much better in this Indian Premier League 8th edition 2015. Mumbai Indians would be taking on the Kings 11 Punjab. So two matches coming up tomorrow, and I'll be there to do a match summary of both these matches. And while, as usual, IPL is something which would be the centerpiece on my Cricket Happening show, but I never miss a chance to look at other cricket news too. Bad news for Pakistan. As you know, Pakistan are touring Bangladesh. Now, as you know, Sohail Khan, who did very well in the World Cup, unfortunately is going to miss the Bangladesh tour. But I'm very happy that the replacement who is coming for Sohail Khan would be a happy customer. It's none other than Junaid Khan, because as you know, definitely Pakistan missed the services of Junaid Khan in the World Cup, no doubt about it. So Junaid Khan will be back, but I'm very sorry to know that Sohail Khan will be missing the entire Bangladesh tour due to injury. Now, and as I said, there's no other cricket news that I need to cover. So keep an eye on my Cricket Happening show, and you will be seeing me once again on a Sunday to cover the two matches in the Indian Premier League 2015. Let's say that I'll be covering the 6th and 7th matches of the Indian Premier League 2015 tomorrow. Until then, it's good night from host Ram Studios. Thank you.